Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The translation of the message reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story? Yes, hidden identity. I am writing this from you from the affluent suburbs of Borodale, Harare, Zimbabwe. No need to leave my country. Do I have a need to? No. So I have heard it all before, the whispers, the accusation, judgments from people that they think they know who we are. They look at the life that we have built and they think that when you are wealthy, it is wrong and no one should have this much, whilst others in the country have so little. But to us, that is just noise. So that is what our granddad told us, to always fight for ourselves. The truth is, the people who whisper about us, they judge us, but I'm sure that any Zimbabwean will do the same things that our family have done if they were in the position fighting for the same thing, and they would trade places with us in a heartbeat if it meant they could escape their lives which they are trapped in. But they can't and they won't, because people like us, we do whatever that we want and we take. Yes, we take what we believe that it belongs to us. We don't sit around waiting for the world to hand us a life on a silver platter. So, Brother Nashi, I am a nephew of a late politician. So, if you know anything about our country, maybe you might have heard his name. He has his own legacy that he did build, and we have been riding on the crest of that wave ever since. We have more wealth than most people can ever dream of. We have 20 mansions that are scattered across Southern Africa, Zimbabwe and South Africa in particular, and China. 20. That's more homes than most people will ever live in during their entire lives. And I'm not even counting the cars, the trips that we take as a family, the international bank accounts that are filled with money. It's all ours. Even if they say that there is a war today, we can go wherever we want to go to, and we will always live the same life that we are living here. Might be South Africa, wherever we want to. We have different bank accounts in different countries. So you see, people, they like to believe that wealth is something that you can just get from Norway. They like to think that if you follow the rules, play the game right, never be corrupt, you're going to be okay. Come on. The human being is corrupt to the core. No matter what you say, the game is always rigged and the rules does not matter. Go to any nation, you will see that there will be some form of corruption. Not for people like us. We didn't get here by following the rules. We got here by breaking them, by taking what others cannot take by force. Doesn't the Bible speak about violence taking things by force? If it does, it means that God knows that corruption is always going to be there. My uncle knew this better than anyone. He was a man of politics, a man who knew how to play the system, whilst others were scrambling to survive in the economic chaos. He was making deals, pulling strings, and securing our families' future generations. Even if they say that they take whatever that we have in this country, we can still survive maybe for up to 2 to 3 generations without us working. That is how much money we have in different countries. So none of that would have been possible without the sacrifices that we have made along the way. I am not talking about the sacrifices that people like to glorify, like the hard work. No, I am talking about real sacrifices. Like we were told that there were some blood rituals that had to take place when my uncle was being tracked down and people wanted him to give up on what he had, the farms and everything. He went to Mozambique, met up with a man who further strengthened him. My uncle, it was said that he was cooked inside a big drum that was placed on top of the fire, and he was made to go inside that drum. But as he was being cooked, the water that was boiling did not burn his skin. in 2006, something changed in our family. That was the year when my cousin brother, whom I call Farai, was supposed to write his O-levels. So he was going to be the one who was going to be sacrificed for the rest of the family. Everyone thought that he was going to be the golden child, but not my uncle. My uncle knew that he was going to be the sacrifice. So after that, that was when he was used in that ritual. For my uncle said that one amongst us had to be sacrificed, a real one, and he was the perfect candidate. He had potential, he was destined for success, and that was exactly what we needed to take. His future was all that was needed. The ritual was not bloody or violent. It was the kind of thing that you see in horror movies. So as a family, we did this without Farai knowing. He was invited to my uncle's home where he was told to slaughter a chicken. When he was slaughtering the chicken, sprinkling all of the blood of that slaughtered chicken on into this other clay pot, that was when he was giving away his destiny. This clay pot, it is said that it is at one of my uncle's house where some of my cousins are staying. From that day, his life began to unravel. He never wrote his O-levels. Every time he tried, something will always go wrong. An illness, an accident, a missed opportunity. It was as if the whole universe was conspiring to stop him from moving forward. And it was not the universe, it was us as a family. Even his own parents, they knew that he was going to be the sacrificial lamb for the whole family. And they knew that. So Farai, he then got onto the wrong side of the law. He tried to escape. He went to South Africa. He thought that he could make a new life for himself there. But that was part of the plan. We had chased him away. And this is how we kicked him out of the country. As a family, but the only males in the family, we had went and bought a black chicken. We then went to one of my uncle's farms. We went and we climbed on top of this hill where we left this other chicken. So this chicken, it is still roaming around the hills. As long as that chicken is still going around the hills in that farm, it means that Farai will always be in South Africa, stuck there. He will only return. So as to what my uncle said, you will only return when you are in a coffin. Then another sacrifice will be made. But he said that this might happen maybe when he is around 50 to 60 years, because my uncle made sure that as he is there in South Africa, not doing anything with his life, he is not going to get killed. He is just going to be going around there as just another illegal immigrant living in the shadows. He will be struggling to survive without papers, no rights, no future. That is the life that he is supposed to live. If he tries to get proper documentation, there is a monitoring spirit that will quickly come and report to us. Then we will perform a ritual so as to block him so that he can never find stability in his life. If he finds stability in his life, then it means that the sacrifice will stop working. He has to struggle. His life is supposed to crumble. As he is struggling in his life, our lives, they will be flourishing. We will keep on having the same money that our uncle had. When he is sweating, when he is stressed, his suffering, his misery is the one that gives us life. Honestly, I used to care. I don't care because my parents made me to understand that I should not care at all. We should sleep fine at night, knowing that our success, they do come from him. And we were told that he is going to paradise anyway when he dies, and he will enjoy for all eternity. So it does not matter if he struggles in his life, and it is like he is not even a member of the family. We do not speak with him, and we always avoid him. I hear stories all the times, and I laugh about Zimbabweans living in South Africa, scraping by, surviving as illegal immigrants. And we know that they complain, and how about they have no papers, no future, and we do not care at all. And if you think that I care about what you are going to say, I do not care. 20 mansions, think about that for a moment. 20 mansions. Can you even just dream about having so many houses in your life? Do you know how much rent money we get paid even for a single mansion here in Zim, even in South Africa? Do you know how much that some of these people that are renting at our mansions, they pay? Those ones that are paying less, if it is in South Africa, it is 45k a month. Do you think it is something that you can just go and poop in the toilet so much money and flush it? No, this is real money. And if you are angry, chill down, for there is nothing that you can do about it. We have these houses and we do not even care. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother, and then he sent another message and he said that I do not care about him. Why would I help him? This was after I had texted and said, can't you help your brother? And he said, why would I help him? He's nothing now, just another failed Zim guy lost in the cracks of a system, and we do not care. His life does not mean anything. That was the second message that was sent to me by our dear brother there. Yeah, people out there, they are heartless and cruel. Please let us talk about that in the comment section.